Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new place. I'm on a boat. Gosh, it's been like what, 9, 10 years? It's been pretty much a decade, so it's high time to catch up. There is a ton of stuff to talk about, like what happened in the last 10 years, but I thought I'd skip all that for today and show you something that many of you have been asking for. Last you know of me, I've worked on Volo Airsport for damn near 7 years, along with a bunch of really great people. And then we stopped doing that, and then some sporadic stuff popped up here and there on YouTube. But you know what's happening with those games, and I'd left them in the past in an uncomfortable state. And you know what? I thought in reconnecting with you, the first thing I could do is fix some of that. We did an open source release, but if you checked it out, you'll know like it wasn't working. The source is there, but it didn't really compile or anything like that. It was there for reference, but you couldn't really work with it because there were a ton of compatibility issues, a ton of bugs, and I left it that way because the amount of work to get it working was just, it was huge. It was huge. It would be like multiple months of me bashing my head against the wall, strange bug after strange bug. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. So fast forward to today, and well, let me just show you. Let me just show you. Here we are. This is Unity 6.3, which is a very, very modern version, long-term support release, and the game's starting to work. So I'll just spawn in. Stuff is in the wrong place sometimes, like this camera, but we can fly. It's working. The physics are stable, which I didn't expect would survive the transition. That's huge. That's what's going to make this work. We stripped out a bunch of components, like libraries that we bought before, but that we couldn't include in the open source release, like Fmod for the sound, which we can find a replacement for. That's going to work. But also the atmospheric scattering. So I replaced that with a quick and dirty version that'll, like, it does the job. It does the job. The terrain shaders survived. I'm very happy about that. And I spent the last week just working through a ton of compatibility issues and bugs that were in the original code, but we sort of worked around them, or we didn't know yet that they existed. Those all surfaced during the porting process. Okay, so why now? So what changed? So one thing that happened over the last couple of years, obviously, is AI. And yes, yes, I know, terrible thing to happen to the world in many ways, but I've been trying it out, figuring out where could something like this fit into my process as a developer. I care about code quality. I like working with code. I don't want it to replace me. At the same time, there are strengths that it has. Like it doesn't get tired looking at the same kind of bug for hours and hours, days and days and days. There's like repetitive work that it can clearly take care of better than I can. So I've been learning to work with it, and after some period of getting accustomed to it and figuring out where I stand on it, I was like, actually, I think I could point it at the Volo Airsport Codebase, start giving it a tour, start like giving it a perspective on like the kinds of design choices we made and the history and the legacy of all this, and we could start to go through those bugs step by step, see what comes up, and then maybe we can do it. And after a couple of days of working with Claude, the particular agent that I'm using, we have this. And wow, I I didn't know we could do this. This is great. This is up on GitHub on a special branch. Like I've put the link in the description, and you can try it out. You can download the version of Unity 6 that you need. You download this branch through GitHub, and it should work. It should work. Let me know how you get on with it. Am I done? No. Is this done? No. Like one of the systems that we had to completely start replacing is the input system, which we shipped a ton of custom code for that back in the day because there were no plugins available to handle that, and you didn't have any remapping built in. But that whole world is different now. So we've got sort of like a compatibility mode set up, but you'll notice if I move the camera, also the legs move. So that mapping isn't quite all right yet. But we can get there now. Like we had to put some sort of compatibility duct tape in order to get this to work. You'll notice like I'm anthropomorphizing the AI agent. I just treat it like a human being, and I try to be nice to it, like a coworker. You know. We can talk about the details of that later if you're curious about it. I'm actually quite interested in how all of that's been developing. But yeah, Volo Airsport, as you know it, mostly working. You can start looking at how it works. You can start playing it in the editor. You can start making your own modifications to it. I'm open to help from other people who want to maintain this or take this further. Let's get this into a version that it can go on the master branch, so that it's like the official first version that people can download, and like maybe we can start working towards updated releases for this. Okay, so after showing how all that works, if you want to check it out, you probably want like a little tour through the project as it exists. Let's go do that. These scenes are the most important point to start with. They'll help you understand how assets are pulled in. We start with the loading screen. It's very simple. It has a few basic components in it. It shows the image, and then it starts loading additional scenes. The most important scene is the core scene. It contains all the subsystems as they exist in the game that could be shared across multiple levels. And there's a dependency management system which makes sure that all these components and other game systems know about each other without being tightly coupled. It's a dependency resolution system that was maintained by Frank. He did a fantastic job at it, and we're still using it. So like stuff that's in here is spawn management. There's a system that turns the challenges on and off. You know, the system with the gates that you can fly through. There's a system called ecology, which manages the visual, weather, and lighting effects. There's a camera management system that spawns your desktop camera, that spawns your VR camera. VR, I haven't touched that in this release, so don't expect it to work. There's parachute management, there's music. All these subsystems, you find them in here. And after that's loaded and initialized, you go into the Swiss Alps, or that's pulled in additively. And that looks like this when you start editing it, which is like, it looks like a broken mess, right? So the sunlight isn't in here. I'll add a light for visuals. So you can see everything's here, editable, but the sunlight is maintained by that ecology system, which lives in the core scene or is managed by there, and it's linked to the camera system. So we took it out. But in here you'll find like the definitions of the spawn points, so you can make more if you want to. They're picked up automatically, I think, by the spawn point discovery process. We have the props, like the let me get the light back in here, otherwise you really can't see anything. We have the little huts, which, oh, they might be broken in this release. I have to look at that. Do the turbines work? I'm not sure. Okay, that's something to look at later. Oh yeah, we have challenges, which I think are loaded in. Oh yeah, there's the editor in the game. See, I'm also rediscovering parts of how this works. We started experimenting with new stuff. Like there's a wind effector here which produces a local updraft. You'll see those as you play this particular version of the game. There's turrets that shoot at you when you come close to them. And there's stuff you can pick up, which I thought we were maybe using for spawn points or the like, or as part of platforming challenges with the parachute, something like that. Yeah, but so that's the structure. Loading scene pulls in the core, which has all the systems in it, and then the Swiss Alps is the specific level. Prefabs. Let's try the player prefab. Okay, here's the pilot. Like everything player related, we call the pilot. So you can open that up, and you'll see you'll see our favorite guy right here. So if you want to change the way the physics work, for example, that's all on here. We have these airfoil scripts on the wings and the body parts. Let's see, the player controller script is up here. Oh, this is a great way to point out like all these references here, like to the action map, which contains the input system, the clocks and everything. So those are dependencies resolved when this thing spawns. The game is just like, okay, here's all the components you need, slots them in, then spawns the player. Let's see, there's the animator, there's the wingsuit itself, some references to parachute. Okay, so that's a very brief overview of the project and its structure. I can cover more if y'all are interested in that. There's also some documentation on the current porting process, which I'm having the LLM write, so it's a bit of a mess. But we can tidy that up, actually. But if you want to look at the current state of things and the work that's been done, look into the documentation folder and you'll find it. Okay, I think that's it for my overview of the open source release update. Like, let me know what you think about it. And if you want to support my work, then you can buy me a coffee, link in the description, or you can buy my games on h.io. Link's also in the description. Thank you very much if you contribute. And next time you see me, I'll be talking about the new project, the new game that I'm working on, which is a rhythm action game that I think you will really like. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.